Hi, my name is Cedric Gagel, and I didn't realize that this shirt had wrinkles on it till just now. Welcome to my channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
If you're new here, my name is Cedric. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter based in the New York City area. I'm also a YouTube reactor. And if you're not new here, this might seem like it's new because this is my new office. I like it. I've just moved to the New York area this summer. And as I get into that, I just want to thank all of you who have offered your prayers and your vibes and your good energy and whatever else you've offered. I don't want to get into this isn't the point of the video, but I had some stuff that happened this summer, and it was moving to New York was great. The other stuff was horrible, and it was terrible, and it's stuff that I'm working through, and I'm in a good place with that, and I'm getting help, and that's good. And I just want to take this opportunity to encourage any of you who are struggling with anything to get help, to talk about it. What I experienced was a tragic loss, and I knew immediately that I needed help with that. And I've gotten it, and I am so glad. And I just want to thank you all for sending your vibes. And it's going to be a long, lifelong journey toward healing for me. And that's going to be tremendously difficult, but that's going to be the hard work of it. And I just want to thank you for giving me all of the good things along that journey. Thank you so much for that. I see it, I feel it, and I appreciate it so much. I also want to say thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support this summer. Apart from everything else that's going on, the move, the tragedy, we also had a strike in the industry. And as of recording, still have a strike. We've got a deal with the WGA, which is exciting for some of the work I can get back to. But, we've still got some fair deals to be found here. So thank you so much for your support as we go through that. It means so much to me. And you guys are great. You really are. It's been a long journey. And any of you that give anything to help me, whatever it is, I can't appreciate it enough. All right, I chose my pizza and pineapple shirt because it's goofy and also correct that they are better together. For this video that I heard about a long time ago and then realized I had never reacted to it. So I thought it's time. Chicken noodle soup, baby. I don't know anything about this other than I love chicken noodle soup. I'm from the Midwest, so this is the song of my people here. I have no idea what to expect, but I have a feeling it's going to be great. So yes, this is a song, as I had been informed and Googled, and have discovered that it is Webstar and Young B featuring AG, the voice of Harlem. So just wanted to shout that out. Good job, guys. I'm now going to watch the J-Hope version, but the more you know. I've never heard this before in my life, at least consciously. I'm sure, because it came out in 2009, so I'm sure it played when I was in... It would have been 8th grade, I guess. So, I don't know. Okay, here we go. So here we go. J-Hope featuring Becky G, Chicken Noodle Soup. Okay. Love.
I let it rain, I clear it out. 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 Chicken noodle soup.
Okay.
Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side.
From Gwangju 한 거시기에게 금납 충자 street 여기 내 Harlem 누런 입단 bounce my team 춤을 뻑까 workaholic man 내게 밤새며 성장한 case 내 키는 충무로 make I'm okay 큰 빈장 들어가는 편 꿈을 들어가는 내 rhythm 들어가는 step.
Okay, there's a lot that I love here. I'm excited to see how chicken noodle soup feeds into this. But there is going to be something, I'm guessing, about chicken noodle soup being something that you eat as a sort of healing thing when you're feeling down or feeling sick. And he's talking about joining his dance group when he was young, talking about being out all night and working really hard, maybe being a bit of a workaholic. And maybe there's a bit of burnout that we're getting into here. And what is his chicken noodle soup? What's that comfort food when you're feeling like I need help with something? I'm excited to see where that goes, but I like that he's talking about these serious things. You know, this is my Harlem, this is my experience, this is my life. But we're getting this kind of goofy little beat going on that also kind of goes a little bit hard, right? Also, I just want to talk from a cinematography standpoint, from a directing standpoint, the timing of these vehicles has to be so specific because it looks practical, it looks real. You'll notice that he's not moving a lot, he's not moving with a lot of speed. That's definitely intentional. I can't tell. I'm impressed by the lack of shadow on his face because they're shooting in broad daylight with no coverage, and I don't see where there would be a big diffusing flag here. So I'd love to know what their exposure settings were here because it's pretty well exposed considering it's in broad daylight with no real opportunity to diffuse the light. It's well done, but I'm loving this so far. Yeah, I mean, it's great. How do you not love this? Okay, we gotta rewatch this. Look at the absolute precision. Now again, it's a lot like with tap, right? So much of this kind of movement isn't just in timing it up, it's putting personality into the movements. That's so much of dance. I was never, even when I was professionally dancing, I was never the most technically proficient dancer. It's that my acting training, my training as an actor informed my dance. I was always an actor that danced and sang. I'm not a singer that dances and acts. I'm not a dancer that acts and sings. I'm an actor that sings and dances. All of those things are good. There's no right or wrong answer. But for me, it was all about character. And so it was all about putting a little bit of, whatever the character is, why are they moving like this? How can you inform every inch of that movement? And J-Hope is such a physical freak. The man has no bones. And look at the way he moves with that. He is so precise, so sharp in his timing that it feels borderline unnatural that he can move the way he does. But it's just so much pop, so much commitment to every move. I always talk to my actors when I'm directing. I talk about, a lot of people kind of have this shifting weight thing, or, I'm going to put my foot down because I'm meant to. You have to plug yourself into the floor. Pretend there's an outlet there and that you've got whatever the prongs are, whatever they're called. I'm not an electrician. You've got them on the bottom of your foot and you're plugging into the floor. You need to feel that coursing through you, engaging every bit of your body. And that's what he does so well. Look at the absolute intense and intentional energy he's using here. And all the other dancers, Becky G and friends, they're great. I don't know who they are. Sorry, Becky G and friends. But you guys are doing great. So look at the amount of energy that's just put into every frame of movement. So good. Oh, that's Becky G. Okay, quick note. Just look at how you never actually see them turn away from the sun fully, because even with their well-lit exposure here, they don't want the full face to fall into shadow. Just a quick structure note here as we're seeing this whole thing. I love the vibrancy of the colors. We've got the pastel orange in the background here, peach. Peaches, 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 peaches. And then we've got the blue that's up there. I'm so sorry for singing that. I'm so sorry. I just ruined this whole video. I apologize. I enjoyed that movie a lot, though. and that song, but now it's stuck in my head. Anyway, the one-shot aspect of this is also pretty impressive. There's a lot of timing that has to happen here, and also there's a lot of energy to keep up on what I'm sure is a hot day here as well. So you have to think makeup, costumes, sweat, right? Pacing yourself per shot. Something goes wrong, you have to reset from the top. There's a lot of technicality that goes in that you don't even think about unless you're there, right? And you have to get it done before the sun gets overhead because you ain't gonna get these kind little shadows for very long. So that's all to say, this is very good. Nice slow pan left. Sure, yeah, monster truck, why not? I'm obsessed with that. Okay. I'm actually obsessed. This is great. Okay, this is really good. How do you take this move, the chicken dance, and make it look so cool? That's unfair. He's not fair. And look at how wide he's getting with the legs, right? When he's, whatever, my office isn't deep enough to show you my legs. They're nice legs, okay? Just the extension that he has, the width that he has, the flexibility that he has, and not just has it, but knows how to use it. It reminds me of Doug Jones, the actor who's so good at playing creatures because he understands his body. Andy Serkis, right? You get into these performers who are so in touch with their body and know how to move it.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah, I like to move it. I like to move it, move it.
That are, you know, I recently worked on a film where we had a movement coach. It was my first time seeing a movement coach work. And it was fascinating. And it's like, yeah, the body's weird. And like understanding how it moves is a real special skill. So, it's just like, look at how extending, what? Look at how extended he is. And also, I think some of these background dancers are pretty young. So that's pretty impressive. They're bringing a lot of energy. But the interesting thing about having a young background dancer, and it seems like, you know, they get progressively older, it reminds us of J-Hope, how he starts this by saying, oh, you know, when I was a kid, I did this. Well, we're almost looking at him get older. Mustard truck. Oh, these are different background dancers, aren't they? And look how committed he is. Treating it like it's the most important thing he'll ever do.
Con espagueti, ninguna tan mujer tiene flow que tiene Becky. Latinoamericana soy de aquí, carita de santa pero friki. ¿Quién me va a decir? Si ya todo lo vi.
Nice.
Donde yo nací, no pensaban que una mujer iba a sobresalir. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Okay, so that's probably a cut. I say probably because if it was any other group, I'd say, oh, that's CGI. But with BTS, who's to say they didn't make a blimp saying go J-Hope? I'm not gonna say that because I'm not an idiot, and that is something they would do. And I respect the heck out of them for it. No, it's a nice punch up, and then we're coming back down. Love this section here. I am not very far in my Spanish lessons on Duolingo, so I'm understanding a little bit of it, but not enough. Grateful for subtitles, even though they are just saying the Spanish words. So not particularly helpful to me, but that's my fault. There's no excuse for not knowing Spanish as a 29-year-old man. Anyway, I think this is great. And now look how, you know, we're starting to build a little bit more yellow. Now J-Hope's had yellow the whole time, but yellow is kind of becoming this dominant color in frame. That's interesting. The other thing I wanted to say too is the same with Becky G. I said this while the song was playing, but I did that thing where you talk during a song, which you're not supposed to do, so sorry. Look how committed they are to treating this like it's Shakespeare, right? It's like Michael Caine in The Muppet Christmas Carol. Like, give it your best, right? Just because it's a song called Chicken Noodle Soup doesn't mean that it has to be fully goofy. I think it works. It is fun because they're taking it seriously. I think that's the joy of it. So this is great, and I'm excited to see where the next 2.5 minutes go.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Nice.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Look back at it like camera action.
Okay, I see where this happened.
What you gonna do? 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 Look back at it.
Yeah, so when they push in, he just sneaks in there. That's clever. But again, you have to time things with these one shots. I love doing long takes, and it's something that I've started to get away from as a director lately, because then if you want to cut something in the middle of the scene, you want to add something, some line that isn't clicking, whatever it is, you can't, right? And so there's a real challenge to them, but when they're pulled off well, they're exquisite. And this is pulled off really well, right? So I'm guessing that the phone number on the taxi is some sort of reference. For whatever it's worth, which I assume is not much, I just called that number on the taxi cab, that phone number, and it's the best Peruvian style rotisserie chicken. So it is actually real chicken. It's the Chicken Shack. It's in Redondo Beach, Los Angeles. So consider me surprised. It rang and I panicked a little bit, but maybe I'll go there next time I'm in LA. Who knows? What a great moment to just have him pop out, bring a lot of energy back into it. Well done.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Look back at it like camera action. Definitivamente la mejor de la escena. We're on the street, we got the people reacting. La gente que critica simplemente me da pena. We always got love for where we come from, so let them know what's up.
Good movement on her part. Those are all gonna bounce. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, they move aside for the camera. J-Hope changes costumes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, I wondered if a cut was coming there. I thought they'd either pop straight into it or maybe cut. I love the choice to cut. Love the solo isolation on Becky G, and then a slow pan through the crowd back to J-Hope, car doing donuts behind him, muscle car. There seems to be a little bit of playing with this sort of an identity crisis that's happening, where there's a bit of this youthful energy, the chicken dance, this whole thing, but also, you know, a little bit more firm in the adult camp type of movement, if that makes sense. And so I'm seeing this playing between, when I was young dancing and when I'm dancing now. And it's fun to see them pull all these other people into the group and then isolate the solo artists that are on the piece with Becky and with J-Hope. Sorry, Becky G. I don't mean to offend. Becky G and J-Hope becoming isolated, pulling the focus back toward them, and then kind of guiding this playfulness with the whole thing, but again, also taking it seriously. They're striking this really nice halfway to comedic energy with it. So let's see this cut, because this is fantastic. They're also doing some nice stuff in setting up expectations. Like, I thought those cars were going to bounce behind her, and they didn't. So they're doing a nice job of making you think, they're going to do this, and then they do something else. And that's always nice to see. Like, they don't just take the choice that is expected. They set you up for that choice, and then they surprise you. And that's fun.
Get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. I let it rain, I clear it out. I let it rain, I clear it out. Chicken noodle soup.
Nice. Yeah.
Chicken noodle soup. Salt on the side.
Now we're getting a lot of cuts. Yep.
Chicken noodle soup. Salt on the side.
There's the cars bouncing. Yeah.
Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side.
And bring it out. Yo. Just bring it out. And bring it out. Yo. Just bring it out.
I clear it out. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's
There you go, J-Hope.
get it, let's get it, let's get it.
Oh, they stopped right as I tried to join. That's embarrassing for me. No one else. Just me. So again, the playfulness of the whole thing, and I think that kind of, if you call it an end credits thing, where they show everybody doing let it rain, let it out, whatever the line is. I know they said it a million times and I already forgot it. What I've found is the people that you can have fun with and goof off with and still approach your art with are the people that you need to stick around with, and the people that are passionate about it and are going to have fun. Those are the people that have success, and you can see it there with a bunch of world-class dancers that then at the end are just having fun, right? That's what it is when you reach the highest levels of what I'm blessed to do, and the same is true of dance and singing and everything. You are living out a dream, and it's really hard work. It's very difficult work, but if you're not having fun, you're doing yourself a disservice. And you could tell that whole video that they were having fun. And that's an environment you want to go to work in. And so props to them for doing it. Props to them for sharing that fun with us. This was terrific. I loved everything about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please drink lots of water, get lots of sleep. Please take care of yourselves. And I will see you next time. Until then, Boraje.